What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to this YouTube channel. Today in this video I'm going to show you how you can create your own custom GPT inside ChatGPT. I'll show you how to build your GPT from scratch and then show you how you can publish it on the new GPT store. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into this video. So in order to get started, you need to have the ChatGPT Plus subscription. If you have the Plus subscription, then you are good to go. So as you can see right now, I'm on the ChatGPT, and on the left hand side, you can see this Explore GPTs button. If I click on it, I'll be taken to the GPT store. This is a latest feature that was released by OpenAI. It's kind of like an app store and play store, but the only difference is in those stores we have apps, but in the GPT stores we have GPTs. So you can see lots of people have published their GPTs, and we have kind of like a store where you can display, where you can see all the top trending GPTs, and we have some categories as well. You can see the trending GPTs in those categories as well. You can search for GPTs as well, but we want to create our own. So if you look into the top right corner of my screen, you will find two options. The first one is My GPTs and the second one is Create. So if I click on this My GPTs, I'll be taken to the page where you can see all of my custom GPTs. These are all the GPTs that I have created. If you haven't created anything yet, you won't find any GPT here. You'll just see this Create a GPT button. If you click on it, you can see we are taken to this window, and this window is halved into two parts. On the left hand side, we have the GPT builder, and on the right hand side, we have the preview. This GPT builder is actually what is going to help us create our GPT. And this preview window is kind of like the chat box where we can see what we have built so far. So in the GPT builder, we have two options. The first one is create. The create method allows you to insert prompts, and based on those prompts, everything will be automatically set up for you. So you tell the GPT builder what you want, and it's going to create a custom GPT for you based on those prompts. But there's one more option, which is the configure. This is kind of like a manual thing. Here you can name your GPT, you can give it the description, and the most important thing, you can put in the manual instruction precisely what you want and how you want it to behave. And we have something called conversation starters as well. We'll see this later in this video. And one important thing that you can see here is that we can upload files, and those files will act as knowledge base for our GPT. It can be anything. It can be PDFs, it can be Word documents, anything that you want to provide to this GPT as a knowledge, you can do that by uploading the files. And then we have the capabilities section, which you can see right now we have three options: web browsing, DALL-E image generation, and code interpreter. So based on what you are going to create, you will choose any capabilities from here. Then we have the action section as well. We are not going to go into that as of now because this video is about creating a basic GPT of your own. So yeah, now let's go to the create tab, and here let's start describing the GPT builder, what we want to build. What I have planned for this video is I want to create a GPT that's going to be able to create thumbnails based on the title that we provide to it. So I'm just going to write the prompt. So I have written the prompt. I want to create a GPT that takes in title as an input and generates a thumbnail with 16:9 aspect ratio with that title. I want the GPT to be informal in conversation, and it should be very creative while generating thumbnails. So let's send this prompt, and you can see now GPT builder is giving us a message saying updating GPT. So what it actually is doing is it's automatically adding instructions here. As you can see, some instructions got added here. We didn't add anything. This was automatically added by our GPT builder. You can see some conversation starters have been added as well. So these are actually the initial prompts or the example prompts that will be displayed besides your GPT. So user can simply click on this and the prompt will be executed. So if you go back to the create, you can see it's asking us how about giving it a name. It's suggesting thumbnail wizard as the name of our GPT, but we can ask it for more names. So let's say more naming options. So you can see it gives you some more options to name your GPT. Let's name it, let's pick anyone. Let's pick the second one. I want second one. And now it's automatically generating profile picture for our GPT. So you can see how easy it is to create your own GPT. The only thing that is required from us is the creativity to tell it what it needs to do. So it also generated a profile picture for us. We can change it, or we can go to configure and manually click here and we will have the option to upload the photo or use DALI to generate image for us. So we are going to leave it as it is. I think it's fine. And it's asking me, here's the profile picture for thumbnail graph. Do you like it or would you like any changes? I'm going to say it's okay. So you can already see that our GPT has been named and we have the profile picture for it as well. So now it's asking me if there is some specific style or theme that I want my GPT to adopt. You can go down to any nitty gritty of what you want. You can go to any complexity, going back and forth with this GPT builder, telling it what you really, really want. And it's going to add that as an instruction for this GPT. But for me, this is just a simple GPT. I'm just going to say, no, that's okay. But if you want, you can go further and refine your GPT however the way you want. It's asking me that should it avoid certain things. So for example, you have some things that you don't want to show up in your thumbnails. You can tell GPT builder what you don't want. So basically it's simply like a conversation that you are having with the GPT builder. It's asking you what you want and you are giving it feedback what you really want. So it's as simple as that. Nothing too complicated here. In this case, I do really want something in my styles. I want the text on the thumbnails to have the glow effect. So I'm going to say exactly that thing to GPT builder. So I said, I want the text to pop and have glow effect on thumbnails. And it's updating the GPT. So these are the basic questions that this GPT builder is going to ask you when you are trying to create the GPT. And it says thumbnail craft is all set up and ready to go. Feel free to test it out in the playground on the right if you have any refinements or adjustments you would like to make. So now it's encouraging us to test it out here in the thumbnail craft on the preview window. And it's also suggesting us if there is anything that you want to refine in your GPT, do let me know. So let's test it out. So we have the conversation starters here. Let's pick any one of them. Let's pick this one, create thumbnail for my video, top 10 coding tips. As you can see, it's saying creating image, so it's working. Now let's see what kind of thumbnail it's going to generate for us. The first thing that I noticed there is that the aspect ratio is 16:9. And look at that, the text is popping and it is having some glow effect, and it is absolutely relevant to what our title was. I think this is kind of a really cool thumbnail. People can use it. I can simply use it. The one thing that I notice here is that we have some the spelling is not correct. I think DALI has this issue. Sometimes it repeats the words and instead of tips, it's saying TPS. But yeah, we can go back to our GPT and refine it and tell it that keep in mind that spellings in the image should always be correct. I can't believe that I just told a robot to keep something in his mind. Yeah, exciting times we are living in. So it says, great, thumbnail craft now prioritize correct spelling in its designs. Feel free to test it out in the playground and let me know if there are any other adjustments. So let's pick any conversational starter and let's try to generate a thumbnail. So it's again creating image. Oh, look at that. That is absolutely amazing. Wow, I love this one. Look at this. And the spelling this time are correct. So yeah, it worked. So yeah, this is the basics of how you can generate your own GPT in ChatGPT. Now we have set up everything. Once you are satisfied with your GPT, it's giving you the results that you were expecting. What you can do is on the top right hand corner of my screen, you can see this button saying save. I can click on it and here we have three options. First one is only me. That means that I only want to keep it private. Second one is anyone with a link. It's still going to be private, but anyone that has the link of your GPT will be able to access it. And lastly, we have everyone. So in this case, we are required to provide a category. So for example, we have all the categories here. You need to see where this GPT fits. For example, I'm going to choose productivity because it's really helping me in generating thumbnails, which is a tedious task. And I can click on confirm. So there we go. Our GPT is now ready to be used. So you will notice that on the left hand side, you will see the thumbnail craft. And now here, if I click on this pencil sign and a new chat will be opened up using this thumbnail craft GPT. Now, one thing that I want to show you here is that we chose the visibility of this GPT to be everyone. And if we go back to the GPT store and search for thumbnail craft, you can see it shows up in the search result. Now anyone can search for this name thumbnail craft and they will be able to use it from the GPT store. So it's kind of like we published our app to the Play Store or the App Store. Now people can download it and use it. So how cool is that? So yeah, this is pretty much about it. This is how you create the GPTs. I hope you learned something new from this video. Do subscribe to my channel. It keeps me motivated for creating more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace out.